Hi, how y'all doing? I am filmmaker JW. I am also a reviewer for my own show, Horror Quickies Review. Welcome to the second episode of What Budget? Which I haven't done in, about maybe 2-3 years, good lord. In 2017, as stated, it was around November, I believe. November of 2017, I shot my first short film, Drinking Game. The first episode of What Budget covered that. One of the main critiques, and I agree with it, was that it was very impersonal because I wasn't on camera. I was basically using text to tell the story of how I filmed Drinking Game. And you guys are right. Essentially the reason was I've never really been comfortable in front of a camera. I am comfortable now after doing Horror Quickies for a couple of years. So I kind of got over that hump. But now, like I said, 2017, I filmed Drinking Game in November. I released it on YouTube. And story-wise, and as far as the actors' performances, which I thought they did a fantastic job, especially Anne Medley, the sound. I knew nothing about sound, and to be honest with you, to say I literally grabbed my camera, a microphone to say hold my beer, that's essentially what happened. I literally stumbled into filmmaking. I didn't learn enough about the process. I still learning about the business, and smart person would have said, okay, I had all these problems, I don't know how to do this stuff, we're gonna keep making a couple of short films. Not me. I decided to jump into a feature film screenplay that I had. I've written about 6 screenplays, and I decided to use this one. It was called You're It. Basically, the movie is about a serial killer who uses the game of tag as sort of his MO. So the first thing I needed to do was to get some actors. The movie revolves around 2 strong female lead characters. Both are victims and fighters in their own way. Both survived the same ordeal the same night with the so-called tag killer. So, as I explained in the other video, I'm not sure if I did, I'll do it now. As far as casting, I don't really know any actors. I know some now, but at the time like I said, I stumbled into filmmaking. But first things first, if someone's done a fantastic job for you, get them back. So, Anne Medley, I literally messaged her and say, look, here's the screenplay, 2 strong female leads, which role do you want? So she, looked at the screenplay, and then she gave me back her answer. Okay, fine. Now I need to find the other lead, which led down to a very bad rabbit hole of stress, disappointment, and just shining bright flashlight in the face while you're drunk realization that I still needed to learn a lot more about this before I keep jumping in. Anyways, so I approached Corey, who was in Drinking Game, and he actually was working out of state. So Anna had basically introduced me to Adrian Richard, who is an actor, someone she knows, worked with before. So he sent in an audition. It was a really tough decision between Adrian and another actor, another fine actor and director, and it was really close, but I kind of had to go with Adrian, and I really do hope to work with the other actor because he's a fantastic actor and filmmaker, and it was not an easy choice. Anyways, the setup of the film, You're It takes place in the past and then into the future. So in the past, a guy and a girl, they're in the car talking about, it's the old friendship to relationship thing. So basically I needed somebody with some chemistry, and I felt like Adrian and Anna had it. Unfortunately, things didn't work out the way I planned. So anyways, as far as casting went, I'll go ahead and talk about casting first. Right, so yeah, I had casted some people. Joseph Demarest, fine actor, as the drunkard Willie. I have approached other people. I found a known actress to do the part of Maria. Although the more I think about it, she would make a better Tanya, a lead. But we'll get into that later. Basically, I had approached this actress. I have lost touch with her, so I don't think it would be a good idea for me to kind of, say her name until I can reapproach her and see if she's still interested. I mean, God knows, I wouldn't blame her if she told me to take a hike. But anyways, I casted a few people. Corey came back. All the male roles were cast at that point, so I had to cast him as the sleeping security guard, who has no lines, but he was also serving as my crew too. So God bless you, Corey. You're a great dude, man. Seriously, and the other roles. I still, let's just say, I casted more concretely in some roles. Scott Tepperman from Ghost Hunters International. He basically was interested in playing the male lead, and yes, he fits Joe perfectly. He can play that part because there's a intricacy to Joe in the third act. Essentially, I had casted. There was the role of Celeste the stripper, which I had trouble casting, but that wasn't the main concern. The main concern was Tanya, the co-lead. I could not find anybody. When I found somebody, they basically decided they weren't interested. And to be honest with you, the pay was low, and I don't blame them. And she politely explained to me that she could not give up a higher pay, even though she was interested in the role. Hey, I totally understand. That's not a problem. On the other hand, I've had people who act like they were interested and then they weren't. That's fine. I don't have any beef with anybody. It's just, let me know. If you're not interested, fine. There were some people who were interested until they saw a drinking game. Like, oh no. All of a sudden, first they're interested, then they watch drinking game, and I guess those sound issues are, there's a lot, it was a lot more than just sound issues. There's a couple of continuity issues and didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I'm not slamming these people at all. But the truth is, yes, some people were interested up until they saw a drinking game. Like, oh no, I got something else going on. Good luck to you. It happens. But yeah. So I was getting frustrated because it's my fault. I'll be honest with you. I plan to relaunch my film projects next year, 2022. And I'll be honest with you, I'm realizing that I need to get more business mind oriented, and I will. Casting directors, I might even go with a director of photography. The truth is, I need to get more organized, and I need to treat this more like a business. Not that I'm saying everybody has to take this approach. Just, I'm feeling that in order to get stronger as a filmmaker, I do need to do a lot of stuff my own, but I also need to hire people that I can learn from, and then I can learn to work with. And that's the thing. So anyways, come 2018, summertime, I don't remember if it was June or July, I still had casting issues, but I had basically the two characters that are parking in a car, so I figure, okay, this is what I'll do. I'll shoot that conversation scene.
Hey, I'm glad you decided to come out for some dinner with me tonight. On Halloween, of all nights.
Yeah, thanks for dinner and the lovely ambiance.
Hey, it's his loss, Sam.
Okay. Corey was willing to put on the killer's costume. We'll shoot a couple of scenes of him, I wanted to get something shot. I could see that this was literally going down the rabbit hole, and this was just partly because I was unprepared, but partly because I didn't prepare, plus I didn't have the right mindset to do a feature. At least in my opinion. Like I said, all this is just my opinion in reference to my experiences. So anyways, we decided to shoot those scenes. Now, I know this show's called What Budget, and I am working on a small budget, but I will tell you something about me. I don't do fundraising. There's nothing against fundraising. It's just I'm lucky in the fact that I have a job that I was able to save money over a period of, say, seven years, I want to say, give or take. Maybe more like 5. And I kept the budget low, and I'm open and honest about to people about how much I can afford to pay. And I have people say, I'm sorry, that's not enough. And it's fine. I totally understand. Just at this stage, it's all I can afford to pay. Anyways, regardless of that, I'm a firm believer in paying people. And that's just the truth. I know what it's like to work on projects and get stiffed. I got stiffed even when the payment was just a free copy of the finished work. I didn't even get that. I didn't get the mention. I've been burned. I'll be honest with you. It's also the reason why I don't really back fundraisers right now, with the exception of Lost Bastards. To me, Jim O'Rear and Scott Tepperman, they do it right. They make sure that if you pledge money, they take care of you first. And they're really good about running a professional campaign, and they're very good at keeping in touch with people and being open and honest about the whole process. So those right now, Lost Bastards are the only people that get my money for fundraisers. That's just the way it is right now. It's not to say that I won't in the future support other people. I'm sure I will. But back to You're It. So July, during a hot summer where the cicada is coming out. Oh my god, I wanted some bug spray so bad. Anyways, what I did is, and I learned a lot from this too, because it was freaking, let me tell you, I'll be honest with you, I don't see me shooting any scenes for any project in the hot sun anymore, if I can help it. I mean, I'm definitely going to plan ahead. It was like, I think it was like in the afternoon, like 1 or 2. And Adrian and Anna were good. Were good. Sorry, they were good sports about it. Even though I know they were getting annoyed with me because how long some things were taking, and that falls under me not being prepared. Anyways, with Corey playing the sleeping security guard, and also my crew. We started inside. Now I filmed, once again, I filmed in the New Orleans ladies nightclub. Mostly because I know the owner of everything, brother. I couldn't ask for a stronger supporter and a friend, man. I appreciate everything you've done for me, man. So basically, sound was a big issue. So I bought some lavalier mics. And the thing is, I did enough research to know how to work the mics. Unfortunately, I was not smart enough to go beyond that. I thought it would be an easy answer. There is no easy answer in filmmaking. I know there's a lot of experienced filmmakers who goes, yeah, duh, you're right, guys. I deserve it. Anyways, so inside we did a test, and the test came out fine. Now, yes, I'm gonna tell you guys, and you guys are gonna say like, what? Yes, I shot the film like I did Drinking Game without any headphones listening. Yeah, I know. It was a stupid thing. Trust me, don't do it anymore. Anyways, but you know, I played it back to see it, and I could hear them. There was a little static, but I figured we could work it out. We had put in their clothes. Now, long story short, I should have did more testing. So anyways, we decided to shoot the outdoor scenes first, where Adrian's character is doing the, I know we're friends, but I want more speech, and it was pretty good, you know. I filmed it, and like I said, I didn't have the headphones, but because the test turned out good, when I played it back later before we went out there, I was an idiot. Anyways, we shot the scene. It was hot, it was uncomfortable, had to go back for batteries and started, and they were sitting out there, had to start the car to get the air conditioning. I now and better prepared with battery powered fans and stuff, but I'll get into that a little more later. Anyways, we shot it, and then we went inside, and I figured, okay, we're gonna shoot a couple of scenes of Corey wearing the killer mask and stuff, mostly close-up stuff on the face. Then we did a couple of scenes with Adrian's character. Now, one thing you'll notice when you see this footage is that they're wearing Halloween costumes. They're wearing pirate costumes. I had some costumes left over from a canceled project about a killer clown, Killer Jack the Clown. When I believe the movie, yeah, One by One, which maybe I'm hoping to make one day. But I felt like Yorit was a stronger story, which is why I went with it. Anyways, we shot some stuff with Adrian. We shot Corey as a sleeping security guard. You'll see in that concept trailer if you look on my YouTube channel. Anyways, Anna, we went ahead and did some scenes with her talking, and I also had Corey, because I had bought one of those HN1 Zooms, I believe, and he had a boom mic and he was recording it too. Now, when I went home to edit the first day, oh my lord, I truly realized what an idiot I was. So anyways, here I am looking at this footage, and the sound is all the whole conversation except for like one line, Anna and Adrian and I was just like slamming my head on my keyboard. Can't blame anybody but me. They did a wonderful performance, and the sound was not captured because of me, and I own that. I own it. So anyways, on the indoor footage, the sound off of the boom mic wasn't bad, but the volume was turned down. Yes, genius me did not raise the volume on the HN1, so I tried adjusting it. I tried a lot of stuff. So I decided, look, things were going on in my life. I was having some health problems. That's like the major start of a lot of my health problems. Anyways, so I decided, okay, I'm just gonna put it on pause. I made a mistake. In retrospect, I should have just pushed through and finished the damn film, even if it was a piece of crap. I should have finished it, but I decided to take a step back. I took what footage I could, and if you go on my, if you look on my Vile Dark YouTube film channel, you'll see that I have that concept trailer. That's literally, I wanted to at least put something together and put it out, and the trailer was fairly well received, even though I personally think it doesn't make sense if you look at it, unless you know the underlying story by listening to my posts. Anyways, we did have fun that day. We joked, we took some pictures. You know, I got some good stuff for the blooper reel for when I really do the film. But you know, it is what it is. I was foolish. It was at this point, for better or worse, like I said, I do feel like now that I should just push ahead and just finish the damn film. But I decided to take a step back and go back to doing short films. Now, unfortunately, this sort of thinking is what led to me getting, I don't know if, like I said, I'm nobody, but I feel like there are some people that I have this reputation now of starting and stopping projects, that when something occurs, I just start another project. And to be honest with you, yes, it's true. I've done that, and I'm not proud of that. And I was going to make a feature film called Until Close, but a lot of things happen, health problems, me nearly dying and losing someone I love, and a lot of stuff happened that killed that. So for 2022, I'm making a vow to go back to filmmaking in 2022. I'm going to be focused. And right now, I'm considering whether I should do some short films. But even if I don't do short films, my first feature film project, I'm really feeling that I need to revisit. I know I may have to recast some roles. So I'm going to give some calls, see who's still interested. But I am thinking that maybe I should go back to Yorit and get it done. Anyways, that's it for this episode of What Budget, episode 2. And I will see you guys on the next one, where we will actually talk about a lot of failures to get short films done like I wanted to do, and then the eventual creation of Horror Quickies. See you guys next time.